Hey Sofrito Lovers, this is Ben Ramos bringing you a quick little tutorial from my cocina in Washington Heights. Look at some of these ingredients. We've got some rice, we've got some batata del Caribe, we've got some turkey, ground up turkey, some tomatoes and cucumbers, cilantro, two different types of onions, red and white. We've got a guanel pepper. We've got some garlic. We've got some dry white wine. Look at that vinito there. Look at that vinito. Yes, this is going to be uh, a wonderful dish called Turkey Picadillo-a. It's kind of a Boricua Cuban fusion slash healthy meal. Did I say there was cilantro there? Of course, there's cilantro. So folks, I'll be skipping ahead some steps, but just showing you what I am working on for this Sunday's dinner. Some ground turkey picadillo. I don't even have all the ingredients out yet. There's a whole bunch of stuff I have not taken out. So folks, check it out, check it out. Hablamos luego. Hey Sofrito Lovers, just letting you know exactly some of the seasonings I'm going to use in the turkey picadillo to make it taste amazing. We're going to use extra virgin olive oil, some cumin, or the way I call it, comino, cayenne pepper, salsa de tomate, tomato sauce, onion powder, black pepper, Himalayan sea salt, adobo, of course, whole grain oregano, and garlic powder. These are the seasonings that will be measured out into teaspoon servings, and then I'll mix them up together to make my own little special turkey picadillo adobo. Like I said, a teaspoon of this, and maybe a quarter of a teaspoon of this definitely, teaspoon of this, and maybe half a teaspoon of this. All of this together will form an amazing adobo that will be placed on that 1 pound of ground turkey, changing it from an ordinary regular old ground turkey meat into a delicious Cuban, Cubano, Puerto Riqueño picadillo that will be amazeballs. See you soon. Hey Sofrito Lovers, so check it out. I am making a pot of rice, very in a caldero, very Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cuban style rice. There are no rice cookers in this house. This is the rice cooker, un calderito. That's about three cups of rice, I believe. I wanted to make a lot for tonight's dinner so David and I can enjoy it. And I am cooking that batata, that Caribbean sweet potato. It's a sweet potato that on the outside is kind of reddish and purple, but in the inside it's totally white. It is a Caribbean staple. You can find them indigenously throughout the Caribbean and Central and South America. They're called batatas. Cubanos call them boniatos, and I think Dominicans may have another name for them too, but I think they also say batata. Sometimes in the Caribbean we have like 50 names for the same vegetable. So I'm just making a pot of white rice here. Lots of oil, lots of salt. This will go fantastic. I'm not making beans. I'm keeping the picadillo very simple. It's going to be a very saucy picadillo. It's going to go in there. It's empty, right? Well, look, I'm chopping up vegetables. I'm making that cebolla, and I'm going to chop up some more of the peppers. You don't have to see me chop. You know how to chop, but just giving you the visual, right? So I'll be back pretty soon with the next installment. Hey, Sofrito Lovers, so this is me browning the turkey. It's not all that exciting, and yes, a lot of it is still pink. I'm cooking it nice and slowly and flipping it as much as I can. But this is what you do with picadillo. Picadillo, I realize now I never told you guys. Picadillo is a spiced ground beef dinner, that is meal, I should say, that is very popular in the Caribbean, especially the Latin Caribbean. It's very well known for being more of a Cuban dish than anything else, but it is something that we love to eat. And like I said, it's ground beef, but I'm making it a little bit more healthy. Look at that, a whole bunch of turkey just flew out of that pan. It would not be a Ben Ramos mukbang or DIY if I wasn't throwing food all over the floor. So I'm making it a little bit healthier by using turkey. My partner David loves ground turkey, so this is the ground turkey. Again, it's partially cooked and still cooking, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm taking that wonderful spice mix that I created with all of those spices I showed you before, and just piling it all on, creating flavor. Again, adobo, salt, pepper, garlic powder, cayenne, onion powder, all of this great stuff. So I'm going to keep mixing it and cooking it, mixing it and cooking it until it is done. I'm going to be adding some other ingredients, of course. You saw that I have white wine and that I have some tomato sauce, and the veggies are going to go in pretty soon. I'll show you step by step. Sofrito lovers, look at this. Look at this gorgeousness, this color, and this life. I added all of the red peppers and the onions and the Cubanel green peppers. They're called, in English I believe they're called Italian frying peppers, but in Spanish we call them Cubaneles, and they're found all over the Caribbean, and we use them in all of our, look how gorgeous this is. Look how gorgeous this is. And we're still not done, folks. I am just simply frying this a little bit. Eventually I'm gonna cover it so it can steam a little bit, and then some more ingredients are gonna go in. This hearty tomato sauce, Goya que bueno, and some of this deliciousness is gonna also go into it. Some vino blanco de cocinar, and of course I'm gonna actually add some, look at me and my horrible cinematography, gonna add some minced garlic into this in a moment. Look how gorgeous this is. Picadillo, simple, wonderful, delicious. I'll keep going with the recipe. Give me a minute. Nos vemos. Hey, Sofrito lovers. So look, I have put the top on. This is the stuff that's inside the picadillo. I added some delicious garlic, and now I am letting it sweat, because technically you really don't want to hyper fry everything. So I am just gonna let that, I'm gonna let that simmer in its juices, let it stew a little bit for about like maybe 8 to 10 minutes, and then that delicious tomato sauce and that delicious wine is gonna go in, and we're gonna cook the hell out of this. There you go, folks. My boñato is about ready to be taken out. It is going great. This is the pot of rice. I am not touching that pot of rice. Latinos will, especially Caribbean Latinos, will tell you, once you close that pot of rice to cook, that stays in there forever. Not forever, but for like half an hour. I'm not touching that pot. It will not open until it is ready to be served. So here we go, here we go. Oh, and I'm gonna put some cilantro in it towards the end to give it some delicious flavor. Look at all these ingredients. No, I will not be putting metamucil in this dish. I'll be putting a little bit more olive oil and some tomato sauce and some delicious vino very soon. Hey, Sofrito lovers. So what I have just finished doing is I've added some alcaparrados, a couple of teaspoons of them. They are basically Spanish olives, some of them with the pits. Sometimes, wait, do these have pits? No, they don't. And they have capers. It's a classic addition. I totally forgot to include that. I looked in my refrigerator while this was cooking, and I was like, wait a minute, the alcaparrado. So there, we've added some alcaparrado, make it a little briny. This is where the tomato sauce goes in. The entire Goya can, yes, the entire can. There's still a lot of sauce in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my half a cup of white wine, cooking wine, and I'm going to put it in there. You know, slosh it around a little bit, slosh it around a little bit. There you go. So now, what I need to do, besides making a mess, I need to mix all of this up. Look, mixing it all up. Picadillo is up to you. Some people like their picadillo kind of thick, kind of sloppy Joe-ish, and some people like it nice and saucy. I'm in the middle. I like just enough sauce to cover my white rice, especially since I'm not making beans with this. Usually you should make white rice and beans with this, and then, you know, the meat. Typical, very standard Latino meal. You got the grains and the meat and some of the veggies. I prefer it to be a little bit in the middle. And since I don't have beans, I definitely want it in the middle because I want some of that delicious juice. But I've got to keep cooking this until that white wine cooks off. And I think now is the time for some cilantro. Not too much, because cilantro is powerful, and my wonderful, beautiful partner David hates cilantro with a oh, look at this. Look at this. This is gorgeousness. I am practicing on how to create these DIYs. They'll be better. I'll learn. I kind of did this on a spontaneous tip. That's why it's not as prepared as I wanted it to be. But hey, spontaneity, you know, you learn a lot from spontaneity. So I am going to keep cooking this. I'm going to get it to simmer, and then I may cover it again just for a couple more minutes so that everything... Ooh, I want just a little bit more cilantro. Oh God, David, don't kill me. I'm sorry. I need more cilantro. I am Puerto Rican. I need cilantro. So I'm going to let this simmer, and then you'll see the final product kind of soon. Alright, so Sofrito Lovers, check this out. I got it simmering. I got it smoking. This is exactly what I wanted. I need that white wine to cook off. Whenever you have picadillo, you want that taste of white wine, but you don't want it too deep. You don't want it too winey, for lack of a better term. So look, we are getting it to simmer, and I would say in about another minute I'm gonna cover it, lower the heat, and just let it cook for another 10 minutes, just to make sure that that cilantro and the alcaparrado, again, the alcaparrado is the capers, some of the red peppers that come pickled in brine, and those olives cooked through. We don't want them tasting a little too harsh. You don't want to bite into a really salty olive. It just tells you that it didn't cook long enough. So I've got it simmering, and I'm basically going to be covering it in a couple of minutes. In fact, you know what? Let's get that cover, mi gente. Tu sabe? Let's cover it. We're there. We're there. So let's look at that heat. I'm going to bring it up to low. Kind of a low right there, and I'm gonna cook this jammy for a good 10 to 12 minutes. Just let everything just meld and impregnate and marinate and taste amazing. Plus, by covering it, I'm making sure moisture stays in there so that the sauce becomes a little saucy. Again, I'm serving this with white rice, so I wanted to have a saucy texture to it. Texture is the wrong word. I want a saucy component to it so that it can cover my white rice and that it tastes amazing. So look, the white rice is still cooking, not touching that, and the boniato is done. So folks, it's getting close to eating time. Sofrito lovers, here's a big reveal. Mira ese arroz. Ese arroz está por la maceta. Look at that white rice. Oh my God. A solid half an hour, though I did give it 1 or 2 extra minutes. Look at this rice. This is called fluffy. Oh, yeah, of course I'm spilling it because I'm trying to move it around. Can't be a Ben Ramos video unless I throw food around. Look at this white rice. This white rice is amazing. Fluffy, cooked through. Has that wonderful dry look, yet it's probably totally moist. And wait, you know what? Let me get a little rush right here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, delicious. Let me turn off that flame. Your typical Latino white rice, 3 cups, cooked to perfection in a small caldero. Oh my God, look at this rice. It is open, it is delicious. Oh my God. This picadillo with white rice is going to be lit. We'll look at it later. Sofrito lovers, here you go. After a good 8 to 10 minutes of simmering, we have our turkey picadillo. We have our boniato there. We have a nice little side salad. And like I showed you, el arroz está divino. Oh. I'm going to turn this off. No need to overcook it or over stew it. I am going to serve myself a huge old plate. and I'm sure I'll enjoy it. I'll be back in a little bit. Hey, Sofrito Lovers, so this is the final product. A bed of white rice with some turkey picadillo on it and two little pieces of boniato, or batata, the way we say it in Puerto Rico. This should be amazing. I'll taste it in a little bit, let you know what I think. Hi, Sofrito Lovers. So this is the finished product. We've got some batata here, or the way Cubanos call it boniato. I've got my picadillo. Let's taste it. I've already had a couple of bites, but let's, gotta share with you. So good. That cayenne is there, giving it some nice heat. The vegetables are nice and soft, yet real tasty. The cumin comes out. This was my first cooking DIY. I'm learning a lot. Next time I'll be a little bit more prepared, a little bit more organized. Maybe I'll have my bear, who's doing the camera work right now, help me a little bit. But I was inspired to see how this will come out. And oh my God, this came out so fantastic. Sunday night dinner. Sorry, I was gonna do a mukbang, but I'm tired. I've been cooking. It's now time for me to get my chow on. Voy a comer. Mucho amor. Bye-bye.